It's been a minute, y'all, but you know the Pistons finally won again after dropping 3 straight to the Cleveland Cavaliers and losing 3 straight for the first time in the playoffs. The Detroit Pistons force another Game 7 and tie it up 3-3. This is two Game 6s that they have won. They won. I said in my video when I did the Cleveland that we were going to face the Cleveland Cavaliers that I saw this series going 7 games. Pistons came out to a hot 2-0 start. Seemed like they were going to take it away. And then the Cleveland Cavaliers won 3 straight, and then we won 1. So this was the first home loss for the Cleveland Cavaliers this offseason. And we take home court back, and now we are going to have a Game 7. The time is going to be announced. It is going to be Sunday at LCA. Either way, the Cavaliers were playing on Sunday. They were either going to be playing the Knicks or they were going to be playing us. And thankfully, it's still us. This was how you coach a basketball game. We had Duncan Robinson that was able to go knocking down shots. Marcus Sasser, Paul Reed, put him in the game early. He didn't wait to the last quarter to put him in. He put him in early. JD had 15 points, but he was doing his thing. You could tell that he took this thing to heart. He took all the talk to heart. I mean, this has been, 13 games now. This was probably the biggest game, the biggest impact that he's had all playoffs in game 13. And it was a do or die situation. Let's take a look at the box score and the stats. Cade Cunningham, 21 points, was still the leader. James Harden. I cannot stand James Harden. I cannot stand this man. The level of just, his game is disgusting. It's disgusting. 21 points for Cade, went 7 for 19, went to the line for the first time in like the third quarter. That was the first time when Kevin Harlan said it was his first free throw attempts. I was like, are you serious? James Harden, 23 points. Jalen Duren, 11 rebounds. To Jared Allen, he had 8. Cade Cunningham, 8 assists. To James Harden, his 4. Had 8 turnovers, 7 turnovers for Cade Cunningham. Got to clean this up. You know what I noticed? I noticed from James Harden and Cade Cunningham, a lot of times when they turn the ball over, it's almost lazy in a way. James Harden, a lot of lazy passes. Cade Cunningham, a lot of lazy passes. I don't know, man. It's just something that I notice, but James Harden is just disgusting to me. So if we go down and look at the team stats, the Detroit Pistons they shot 52%, 43 of 82. To the Cleveland Cavaliers, 30 for 78, 38%. 3-pointers. We went 16 for 36, 44%. To the Cleveland Cavaliers, 12 for 35, 34%. Free throws. The free throw discrepancy is crazy. 30 free throws to 19 for us. That's another 11 free throw difference. They missed 8. We missed 6. That's crazy. Even if they would have went 30 for 30 from the free throw line, they still would have lost. Shout out to SZA and Kendrick Lamar, 30 for 30. If you know, you know. Turnovers, 20 for the Cavaliers, 18 for us. Rebounds, 43 to 40%. Of the lead, we led 80% of the game. Our largest lead was 22. Their largest lead was 6. This was a game that everybody showed up. Everyone showed up, man. Cade's night was quiet. Tobias Harris, we're going to look at the individual stats. Rough night for Tobias, man. But what do you see out here? What do you see? Dennis Jenkins had a solid day. He had to make up. I know our bench outscored the Cavaliers bench, but we had Dennis Jenkins. He started in place of Duncan Robinson, gave us 15 points. He went 3 for 7 from 3-point, 5 for 11 from the field. Cade Cunningham, he going to take 19, 20 plus shots, man. Tobias Harris, his second game in a row, not really a good night. Jalen Duren, he went 7 for 10. He got to work on his free throws, though. 11 rebounds. This is what we need. He was taking cats off the dribble. You could tell that he was taking this thing personal. Go to the bench here. Duncan Robinson, 20 minutes, 14 points. All of his shots were threes, and he went to the free throw line. He got actually fouled on the 3. He hit 2 of the 3 shots. Paul Reed. This man, again, more points than minutes. The dude was shooting threes, taking people off the dribble, rebounding. The one that The shot that hung on the rim and for the and one, come on, man. This is how you, and this is the difference in this game. Marcus Sasser, 9 points in 18 minutes, came and did his thing. Go down here. Dean Wade had 3 points. Jared Allen, 13. Evan Mobley, 18. James Harden, 23. And Donovan Mitchell had an off night. This is how you win. They traded for James Harden to help Donovan Mitchell. You had Darius Garland, but you traded for James Harden. And both of these guys took 33 shots combined. They hit 12 of them. 12 of them. And that is the difference in this game. Even with James Harden doing what James Harden does, the Pistons dominated from the jump. They dominated from the actual jump. I wonder, does it tell you on the... Nope, it doesn't tell you. You know how the NFL will tell you how long that each team has had the ball. I would love if they told you how long each team was in the lead. As far as they do say percentage, but like, what does that boil down to out of 48 minutes? So the Detroit Pistons come out and played, even though they didn't, it seemed like they weren't really there in that first quarter. It was just like the energy wasn't there. I mean, these guys, it's kind of, I hate to do this, but they do. The Dan Campbell, Brad Holmes, Detroit Lions remind you of the going to work bad boy Pistons. And now it's almost like the Pistons remind you of the Dan Campbell, Brad Holmes Lions. And of course, they got the going to work Pistons and the bad boys from back in the day. But this is a team, when Cade said our backup is against the wall, we got to win this game, right? So Pistons force a game 7 again at the crib. Time is to be announced. And the winner of that game will play the Knicks for the right to go to the NBA Finals against either the Spurs or, well, the Spurs are playing now. And the Spurs, it is a 23-15 with 5 minutes left in the first quarter. And it's 25-15. They already got 40 points between these two teams. So Timberwolves got to win that game to force a game 7. If they do, I think it's also on Sunday. Both of those games will be on Prime. Shout out to Amazon Prime if you got it. So shout out to the Pistons for the season is not over yet. Paul Reed, great coaching by Bickerstaff. Learn from, it was about time. Wait for Jalen Duren to show up as well. Let me see. How many rebounds did JD have? Duren had, I know I said it, but he had 11. He had 11, and he actually led both teams with 11 rebounds. Max Strus had 8. He had 8 rebounds. James Harden had 7. Jared Allen had 8. Evan Mobley has 6. After Jalen Duren with his 8, you had Paul Reed with 6. So if we can get Tobias Harris and Asar, they got under his skin early. It was some nonsense being called on Asar. Stuff was being called on him. You could tell they start picking on Asar. He got to get his head together. We need his defense, right? This kid work on an offense in the offseason, and he'd be a deadly combination. I wish he had his brother's offense because, I mean, has a little more offense than Asar. But I wish Asar had that type of offense. But if we can get Tobias Harris, if Duncan Robinson is good to go and Bickerstaff does what he did with Little Caesars Arena, man, we should be able to go to the Eastern Conference Final. So let me know what you think in the comments below. Shout out to the Pistons. The season lives on, man. Go Detroit Pistons.